Good evening, everyone. This is Inge. I'm back, and this is part one of a double video where I will be making a double spread in my large Dylusions Journal. So last time I showed you, not this one, I made these. I haven't touched them since then, but I will tonight, and I'm going to be making the preparations for my spread. The idea is that I'm going to do a double spread. Here I want to do, where is my die? A postcard effect with, something like a girl or maybe a bird over there or flowers or whatever. And on this side I want to dress up an envelope, and out of the envelope comes greenery made with these and also with flowers that I will be cutting from, not this one, this was rejected, from the winter stories. Maybe, these are gorgeous as well. Let me see. Here these bubbles, here the flowers, some fairies, beautiful. Choice is enough. So those I will be using. Now for the postcard, I was thinking, because this is all very muted, a little bit too muted maybe, but I thought, these look gorgeous. So I'm thinking, because this, maybe I'll do it like this, and then we have this brings a little bit more color to it. And then, well, we'll just see what we are going to do. Originally, I thought about doing a letterbox. Maybe we can still do it in sort of a very nice pink. But yeah, we'll just have to see. I never know in advance the details. I just know sort of the big lines. So this video, I'm going to be gluing this down, making sure that it's all fits. I'm going to be making the postcard. I'm going to be die cutting my greenery, maybe a wreath, who knows, and yeah, just see how it goes. Put some paints down probably, and then when I think, yeah, this is it, I'm just going to let it dry very thoroughly, and then I'm going to continue on Tuesday to finish it and get back to you with the details and all. But yeah, plenty to do. So we're going to start with Liquitex. I always use matte medium because I love the finish. When you put it on, it gives a lot of wrinkle, a lot of bulking, but when it dries really flat. As you can see, these are too big. So I'm just going to tear them, and for that I'm going to be using a ruler. And since they are so big, we can just afford to really like have not so nice edges, and of course, the more space you have, the easier it is to tear it. And try not to tear it too straight to the ruler, because then, well, basically you also have a straight edge, and that's not what we want. We want it to be uneven. See? And the more space you give it, the more space you have to get a really uneven edge, and that's what we are going for. Oh, you see, I could have done even more. I'm going to do it even more because I'm going to be using paint. And as you can see, I'm leaving white edges. You don't have to do that, you can. I'm going to be covering it up with paint anyway, to make it one whole. See? That's beautiful. And then here on the bottom. Now the problem is, with most images, they're so pretty, you don't want to cut them up. Because you're afraid you're going to ruin the image or leave bits out, but in the end it will always look nicer. So yeah, this is one, and now the other. I don't know how it is at your part of the world. I saw in Los Angeles there are wildfires. So tragic for everyone who has to flee for it and is losing everything. Just I hope you're safe, and remember, everything else is just stuff that you can replace, but not your animals. I mean, it's so sad to see that. And over here we have a cold. It's almost freezing. It's definitely freezing in the night. But yeah, we had a little sun today, and that makes it look so much more nice. Very friendly, even though it's cold. So hence the thick sweater. This is like my favorite sweater to go and wear when it's cold, and when I'm crafting. So you've probably seen it before on the videos. Yes. And they don't have to be even, the 2 pages, because you know it's see, there we go. I'm going to put this here. It's even a bit too wide. Should I? Yes, I think I should. Could have been more generous. I'm going to do that now because that's much better. Much better. So that's what we will be doing now. First, I'm going to glue these down, and then this can dry, and I'm always going to let it dry very thoroughly. I would say 24 hours is a really good time. And since I have to work tomorrow, that's no problem. Let me put something underneath here, so we won't be because I want to protect the other side. That's not possible. Doing it wrong. We're going to be doing it like this. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, very good. Where it is, where it is. This is not something that you can do in stages. I always like to do it a little bit fast, even though the paper of Maremi's books are very thin, which is a bonus for gluing this down. You still find that you don't want to miss anything, because that's when you get the buckling, if you don't have an even coat. There we go. So we're just going to, and then from the bottom down we're going to work our way up from the middle out to this is a problem I see, so we're going to be gluing some extra here. You see, it's sometimes it's not doing what I want it to do, that is for sure. I don't know why. Maybe the glue is old. And I don't want to go over too many times, because then I will definitely get the ink off, and that's not what we want. I mean, even if it's very faint, we don't want to ruin it. See, not the best glue job I've had. Better ones. I have better ones. Let me go see if I can smooth this out a bit. See, that's what happens. You then damage the image. Okay, well, I have a lot of wrinkles, but it seems to be glued down, so that's okay. Let me get a baby wipe, because this is very mucky. And this stuff glues on everything, sticks on everything, because it's acrylic. So if you don't get it off, then you basically ruined your bone folder. There you go. That did not go too well, guys. I've had better. I'm going to do it like this now. Maybe that will help. Just do it like this, and then do part for part, because honestly, and if you hear me scream, that's because my cat is trying to attack my legs. She probably wants to make an appearance. Oh my gosh. Well, this is going a lot better, but you can see I'm not going very straight. Now that's the least of my problems, because I can just simply tear a little bit extra. Just make sure you have enough glue. This seems to be working better. This seems to be going a lot better. just going to and that's fine, that's fine, that is fine. We have a little bit here. This is much better. Hey. So you see, not everything works out for me as well. Sometimes you just have to go with what you get. And as Tim Hall said, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. And that's the best advice anyone can give you. Because sometimes things are just as they are, and you know, you just have to work with it. I think this is pretty solid. Let me see. As you can see, a lot of wrinkling here, but I have some hope that not everything will be visible. And if it is visible, well, I just declare it vintage at the spot, and maybe put some extra vintage photo distress ink on it and call it a day. We're not going to worry about it. We're not going to be sad about it. It is what it is. I'm going to put this away. Yeah. Where's my baby wipe? Getting this off, because I don't want this to be sticky. Next time I put papers in it, so this can dry as well. And you can see how fast it dries. It leaves an awful mess, but that's okay. So for this, I'm just going to let me get this off. That's not good. I'm going to let this dry, and you will see this next time. Oh no, not next time. I'm going to let it dry, and then later on we will try to do with the paints if it's dry enough, and otherwise I will keep it for the next time, and then we do the paints. But yeah, for now it's off to the sides. So it can dry. Okay, what do we have? We have this one here. Now, I'm normally tempted to use this, but after last, I'm not sure. Maybe it's not so bad. I'm going to put a little bit of paper underneath. I hope it doesn't shine too much, guys. I have a lot left, so let's just use it up, because otherwise we have to throw it away, and that's a shame. Now I want to use most of these houses here, and in order to do that, yeah, I can totally go here. So I'm going to put this aside for a while, and then so I can sort of feel, am I doing it right? Yes. I'm going to glue it down from here. Yeah. Now, it's not glued down immediately. That's the one thing I don't like about matte medium. That sometimes you feel like you haven't done anything. You're like, why won't it stick? And then before you know it, it's stuck down to everything and you can't get it to move. So there we go. By putting a layer on top, while making sure that this is sort of protected, and there we go. And this is buckling, guys, but that's okay. I'm going to dry this, give this a quick dry, because this is small and okay, like this. And as it dries, you can see that the paper is starting to relax again and going back to its former shape. I love these pinks with the aqua sort of tone. There you go. And I don't really mind that it's a little bit buckling. It's perfectly okay. I'm going to cover this in here because I don't want to walk to the sink just now. Put this aside, and I'm going to put my big shot. I hope you can see it. Not too much. Are we going to put this here? Yeah, I think that will be okay. I think it will be okay. Let me see if I can get it more straight. Because it's quite a thick layer now with the paper on top, and what was underneath is sort of a card base. Yeah, that's perfect. That is perfect. Going to put this aside. Oh, let me check. See, and it's really sort of smooth out. You have a little bit of a wrinkle here and here, but you can hardly see it. So I really like this. And let me put all the holes out, because if you do that, you get an even better picture of how it's looking. Now what you could do is you could fold it on the, I would say the perforated lines, and then ink it, like with distress ink, or vintage photo, or you could do it in any color that you want. Old paper is also a very nice color for it, I think. I'm not sure if I want to do it, to be honest, because I don't want to take away from the image itself. So maybe I'll just do the outer edges. If you want to try this and you don't have a die cut like this, what you could use is something, I'm not sure if I have it here. I don't think so. It's used for sewing. In the Dutch it's called a radeerwieltje. I don't know the English term, but you could use that to, obviously you don't get these holes, you get very thin points, or you could just use a pointy tool like this and use a ruler. And every centimeter or so, put a hole in it. The effect is of course not the same, but hey, you do what you have to do, and not like I've been using this dye so much already for making cards, so it was really worthwhile the investment. But if you don't make cards and you don't do a lot of like postage cards or postage stamps, because you can also make postage stamps with these, you could just cut it up like that's really. Then you have to ask yourself if you want to spend. Now the new year is always a chance to sort of reflect on what you did last year and how it was going, and if you liked it, and if you want to make changes. And yeah, I would definitely be very mindful of what you want to spend your money on. I've been watching Tim Holtz's message that he wants to go back to creating and not just, making and designing, and spend all his time designing and not make anymore. And I can totally relate. I think most of us can. And we see all the new things, and how many times have I not said to myself, oh, I really want that dye, and then only to end up with it and not using it. I'm almost embarrassed to say it, but I have some Sissic dyes that I've never used. I bought because I loved them, because I thought, oh, it's Christmas, and never used them. So it doesn't hurt to be very sort of conscious about what you buy, what you want to spend your money on, and what you think gives you real value. I know for me, with the vintage that I do, with some of the card making that I do, I really wanted this, and I have also a lot of stencils to go with this, so I can make various cards, and I've used it already so much. So yeah, but if you don't have it, there are alternatives. So this one, I think I'm just going to ink it since I have it here. Let's just see what that does. Oh yeah, oh that I like. It doesn't need a lot. I'm going to do it a little bit like this, because and not so much on the bottom, just a little bit to give it that vintage feel. Could I? Oh, we could. Let me see what that does. Oh, I like that. I like that, yes. Yeah, totally. And we can flatten this out under here if we have to. That is one. I'm happy with that. Now, for the rest, we're going to be using this one. Let me check on the camera if we are still in view. Yes, we are. Good. I'm going to be doing this one. There's a lot of that. Now, if you have these small parts, these small bits and bobs, put them on a little bit of a magnetic sheet, so you will have them. Obviously I did this wrong, that's okay. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to, let me see. I think I will keep the hulst. I don't know what the word for that is in English. But these are different leaves that you can see. And I'm going to put this on, I think maybe on this one, because it's a little bit different color. Oh. I need more. This is not good. I hope it doesn't glare too much. Nice. Now I'm going to remove all the small pieces after I've sort of made up my mind about whether or not I'm going to add some extra color, because it makes it easier. See, look how thin it is. Where do I start? Here, I think. Here. Definitely. Now this is also, this one is done. Here, this one, this small one. Let me see. I love it. I really do. It's very soft. I need to, let me do a little bit more. And I think sort of the bigger ones that I want to do. Let me see how much I have left. I can put the small one here. Oh yeah, I can definitely do that on here. I could go for a second round. So this is A5, and you can get a lot out of that. Okay, let me move this out of the way for a minute, because I think it's important that you get the vibe, and you don't have to see me turn everything. Doesn't really matter. It's more that you get an idea of how I make my decisions. And the beauty of going so light with this is that, you know, once you hey, is it stuck? Well, maybe it is. It is stuck. Doesn't really matter. We can cut it, that's okay. The beauty of that is it's so light is that you can alter it to any desired color. once it's really dark or too overpowering, you can't. So this is now what we have. Put this aside. These are my, and I'm going to grab my album. It's already drying, as you can see. I just want to put the color in here. I like, see, it doesn't need to be this kind of color. Needs a little bit more of a greenish, maybe. Ooh, that is not easy, guys. I think, to be honest, I think this is better. So this is definitely iced spruce. I'm just going to try it and see what happens on the small bits. I have it here. This is the small one. This is green one. Let me go and see. Let me go and see what happens. Oh yeah, that's good. See, that changes it. That changes it. I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it anymore. That changes it immediately. Really soft, really subtle, but still. If you do that with these kind of daubers, you will find that you have much more ink on. So you need to be even more light-handed. And I'm barely brushing over it. So because I don't want to add too much. I really don't. So be careful. I like this. I really like this a lot. I'm going to be adding it a little bit more here. Yeah. That's. And I have another one here. The same. Yes, I like that. And I also have this. This is fine needles. This is really strong. So you don't need a lot. I'm just going to try and see. See? Ever so gently. Go over it. To see if I can move it here. Yes. Where is it? Here it is. And don't be afraid to put two colors on top of each other. If you think like, wow, I don't know, maybe the first layer it's too bright or it's too, I don't know, maybe this is like a bluish green. If you think like, it's not really what I was hoping for, then don't worry about it, because you can add something on top. And let me see if I have it here. This is Pumice stone, and so you can always go from distress ink to distress oxide. It's harder to go back. So let me see. Oh, I have this one. This is a small one. It's okay. See, if you put this on top, it sort of grays it a little bit down. And then see, it goes really well with the other one. So that's an option as well. If you think like, too bright. There you go. I'm going to do the same thing with these, because I like that. It needs to be sort of tone sur tone, tone sur tone, tone on tone. See, just, it's not much, but it does really blend well together. I have a Rustic Wilderness. Beautiful color. And this one can be a bit bolder. Let's see what happens if I put a little bit of the pine needle, which is still on this brush, on top. See? Oh, I like that. It's completely different. And all those greens together will form a beautiful part. This is sort of a different green, but I'm still going to be using Rustic Wilderness like I did with the other, because simply I don't want like 6 different greens. That will be too much. I think 3 is enough. The beep you're hearing is my washing machine telling me that the laundry is ready. The only thing I'm going to be different is here I went with the pine needles, and on top of this one I'm going to be doing the pumice stone. Or maybe I should do the ice spruce. Oh, I think I do that. See what happens. Oh, I like that. Because it's so little, it will only change the color a little bit, but because they're all coming back, I mean, they will fit perfectly together. Don't worry that you're going to get a circus. It's okay. Now, guys, for those of you who've never watched me, this is the matte media matte from Tonic. It's designed to ink on top. if you don't have it, put something like a paper down, so it won't, I wanted to do this, so it doesn't stain your cutting mat, because that is something you don't want. It doesn't change it a lot, but hey, that's okay. So I'm going to grab my album again, put this aside. Do we have? Yes, we do. We have a little bit of a wipe. There you go. And then you can see, like, this will go here. Hey, there you are. Hello, Anne. And these will go here. And just going to put them on. You want to watch, don't you? I'm just going to put them on top of each other so you can see how that would turn out, and I can see it as well. Greenery. It is too, it's a bit of, what are you doing, honey? Come on, let me show it to the people. You can stay here. As you can see, this one is a bit too bright for my taste, but the easiest way is to just spray them with water, dab off some color, and if that doesn't work, then I will just, how you say it, splatter the bejeevers out of them with white paint, so they're going to be snow covered. And then, but these are amazing. So yeah, they're perfect. And that's it. I'm going to finish this. As you can hear, my laundry is calling me. You get the idea. I will come back to you Tuesday, and then we can finish this. Thank you for watching for now. Bye bye. Say bye, darling. Say hello. Say bye, people.